Hello, this is Class 1 Equipment's refurbishment acceptance video for ID 3751, which is an Oxford Plasmalab 80 Plus RIE etcher. Let's take a look at the system. Got the main chamber, keyboard, monitor, mouse, and computer. Betatech chiller, model 500C, currently set to running 17 degrees Celsius to the electrode. There's the gas cabinet. Currently has 7 MFCs installed. These MFCs have been sent out for professional rebuild, clean and calibrate. In addition, the 2 corrosive gas lines, the CL2 and BCL3 lines, have been fully replaced. All gas filters are new. And the gas configuration: oxygen, argon, CF4, CHF3, SF6, CL2, and BCL3. Here's the rough pump and the backing pump for the turbo. It's an Edwards IQDP40. This pump was sent out also for professional rebuild. The back of the computer, underneath this cover is the turbo pump, which is an Dixon 150C. That was sent out for also professional rebuild. Here's your connections to the back of the tool. Power inputs. Alright, we've been pumping on the chamber for about an hour. This is the main pumping screen. And as you can see, the base pressure is currently 4.9 e to the minus 6 torr. I'm going to go ahead and run a leak rate, so I'll click on the process button, view chamber 1, and then go up to leak detection. I have it currently set up to run a 2-minute leak rate. Let's go ahead and start that. And as the 2 minutes go by, the leak rate will display in this box. Okay, the 2 minutes is up. Calculated leak rate was 0.3 millitorr a minute. Alright, next let's vent up the chamber and take a look inside. Going to our pumping screen. Currently set to evacuate, we'll stop that and request vent. There's a 2-minute pump out, and then the valves will shut and the vent valve will open. Now, during the refurbishment of this tool, we disassembled the chamber, did a full wet clean and completely cleaned all the pumping lines. We replaced all the O-rings and seals with brand new. As I mentioned, the MFCs went out for clean and calibrate. Corrosive gas lines were replaced, and the backing pump and the turbo pump were professionally refurbished. The chiller was serviced and fully tested, and all other issues were diagnosed, repaired. While the system vents up, I'll show you behind the front cover. There's the system on-off buttons, hoist control, there's an optional glove box purge switch added. Beneath this cover is the match controller. And the turbo pump controller. Behind this top cover is the AMU, the auto match unit, and beneath the bottom cover is the RF generator, which is a AE 600. Okay, venting is about to begin. Sounds like we're at atmosphere. We will switch the hoist switch to chamber up and hold both hoist buttons to open up. Okay, let's take a look at the shower head area. Fully cleaned. Chamber is scrubbed. We have a quartz plate installed, which is flat. It does not have any wafer cutouts. Alright, let's go ahead and close it up and run a quick process. I'll switch the hoist switch to chamber down. Hold both hoist buttons. Okay, we'll go to stop again and then to evacuate. We'll enter a wafer name called test and we'll begin the evacuation. Pump down starts with opening up the turbo backing valve. turbo backing valve closes and the rough valve opens. Now the rough valve is closed, chamber gate valve is opened, and the throttle valve is now open. You can see our pressure on the penning gauge is dropping. Alright, let's jump over to the process button again. Take a look at the chamber view. In the chamber screen, you can see your recipe information to the left, your gases in this box, and here's the button to access the last gas stick. Pressure control in the lower left, and RF in the bottom here. Go to the recipe screen. I've got one recipe program called Test Recipe. We're running oxygen, and we'll step it through 50 watts, 100 watts, and 250 watts of power. I'll click Run. Jump me to the chamber screen again. We can see we're in a step called Pump. We've got a pump down pressure. It's going to wait until we achieve 7.5 e to the minus 5, and then the process will begin. Almost to the pressure at which the process will start. Okay. Step 2, 50 watts. We have oxygen flowing at 50 SCCM. The pressure is going to going to set a strike pressure of 50 millitorr, and then it will drop to 20. Our RF plasma has been struck. We've tuned into 0 watts reflected. You can see plasma in the chamber. The 1 minute step. Alright, that step's over. We're going to step to 100 watts. This step is blowing 50 skims of gas, setting pressure to 15 millitorr this time. We're still striking at 50 millitorr. There's the strike, 100 watts, reflected is tuned out, and pressure drops immediately down to 15 millitorr. Tuning settings currently. And those two numbers right now are representing the positions of the air caps inside the tune network. Final RF step is going to come up here. I've dropped the gas down to 40 SCCM of oxygen. We're going to be controlling pressure to 25 millitorr after the burst. Alright, there we are, 0 watts reflected. Nice bright plasma. When the recipe finishes, we can switch out of the pumping screen and switch out of the process screen, jump to the pumping screen, and vent up. There's another pump to base step, and then it will give us process complete. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Class 1 Equipment's refurbishment of an Oxford Plasmalab 80 Plus RIE ID 3751. Thanks a lot.